my name is Scott Krug. I am the president of New England Low Vision and Blindness, located here in Worcester, Massachusetts. All right, so we have some frequently asked questions. I have them right in front of me, and I wanted to kind of go through them and see if I can provide some clarity and some answers on some of the questions. So the first one that comes to mind is this one. What is my first step if I have vision loss? So that's a big question. So this is how I would answer this. So I've been doing this approximately 30 years, since 1992. And I would say that always your first step is to contact your ophthalmologist. So your ophthalmologist is kind of the quarterback. So your ophthalmologist is one of three eye care professionals. So it's the ophthalmologist, it's an optometrist, and an optician. So the ophthalmologist is your first call. And your ophthalmologist will let you know. They'll diagnose what you have. And they primarily are going to be helping you with two things. Provide any surgery, any medications, that's three things now, and any injections. So it's really surgery and injections, and also write prescriptions for any medications. So your ophthalmologist is key, and there are many of them out there, and I would start with them. Okay, let's go to the next one, your optometrist, number two. Optometrists are the ones, as you know, who are providing care for your glasses. So any of your spectacles, that's your optometrist. The third one, the optician, is helping with the glasses as well, with fulfilling the actual product. Okay, how does this all mesh together with vision loss or low vision? So a lot of times people tell us, unfortunately, that my ophthalmologist, I met with them, and they said, I'm sorry, there's nothing more I can do for you. And so what the ophthalmologist is saying is that they're unable to help you with surgery or injections, primarily. So that's what they're kind of trying to think through, is they can help you with surgery, injections. And a lot of people with macular degeneration, primarily, the wet kind, are really helped by ophthalmologists with injection. But there are times when the ophthalmologist will say, we've done all we can do, there's nothing more that I can do for you. And that's when we kind of get the call. And people sometimes complain, not sometimes complain, they always complain to us, how come my ophthalmologist didn't tell us about you guys? And to a degree, that's not fair to the ophthalmologist. I mean, I get it, the frustration of why didn't the ophthalmologist explain to you that all of these technology resources exist? But the ophthalmologist, like me, if you asked me who's the best ophthalmologist and why is one better than another, I would not know that. It's not what I do. So in the same way, an ophthalmologist does not know all of this technology. They might have a little bit of an understanding of the technology, but it's not what they do. The question again was, what is my first step if I have vision loss? Contact the top three are your ophthalmologist, who will hopefully work in conjunction with your optometrist, and make sure you're contacting an assistive technology provider who can show you some of the low vision and blindness technology. Question number two. What products, what technologies are best for me? Well, that's a great question, but it's hard to make that a very short answer. So let's do a little analogy. So you walk into Home Depot and you walk into Lowe's and you ask the representative, which tool is the best for me? Now this store, as you know, is massive, and so what will be their first question? Well, what's your job? What do you want to do? Do you want to hammer a nail? Well, then you got to go to the hammers. Are you going to be raking leaves? And we go to the rake. So what we do is the same thing, is what's the job? Or what we say, similar language, what's the goal? Well, some people say, I'm a mobile professional and I want something to connect to my computer. Okay. It has to be something I can carry around pretty easily and be able to see things at a distance if there's a presentation, or things up close if I want to read and write, and then I got to snap it down and take it with me to my next stop. well, then we know where to start and show multiple products for that purpose. Then another person will say, well, I'm retired, I'm in my 80s, and I don't use a computer that much. I get all of these photographs and cards and I can't see them. So it's kind of this day-to-day stuff that would naturally pass by my eyes that I just can't see. Okay, so I'm thinking this person is not using a computer, this person does not really need portability, then they can use a desktop machine that's more for productivity. So the question that is asked to us, we often ask back that way, what's the goal? And when you tell us the goal, then we can navigate you to either a portable unit for short reading materials, or a desktop unit, a larger one, for larger productivity tasks, reading and writing and handcrafts and working with your hands. So that's one side of the pendulum, the other side of the pendulum, and then there's also kind of right in the middle, we call that luggable. So there are some ones that are not quite portable, not quite non-portable, but right in the middle. So they're kind of luggable, a little bit heavier than a laptop, but you can navigate carrying them around from place to place. And we have to walk through a series of steps based upon you. What is your comfort level? What is your experience? Then also, although these cost money, what are your resources? Who is funding it? And that's why the conversation begins on the phone with us. It takes about 20-30 minutes. We walk through these things, learn about your eye condition, and then we kind of go through the process with having a demonstration with them in the showroom. We also get this question: how can a vision loss product help me day to day? Right? So these low vision products, how do they even help? The starting point is when your handheld magnifying glass, which is usually very good your whole life when you need the magnification, when that tool is not providing two things. Number one, it's not providing enough magnification. And number two, it's not providing enough width, or what we call field of view. Then you need what's called video magnification technology, and that's what we have here. So can these products help me day to day? Yes. So if your optical magnifier is not providing enough magnification or field of view, these are the next step. Another question is about life. Is there hope in living a fulfilling life with loss of sight? Answer is yes, okay? So none of us wants to lose anything, right? Why would we wish that upon anyone? All of our senses are very important to us. They are to me, I'm sure they are to you. If you lose your license, if you lose your ability to hear, if you lose your ability to see, if you lose your ability to walk, if you lose any type of these things we often take for granted until we lose them, you just need to make accommodations to help you gain more access and function. So you do have to be mindful that you have to do things a bit differently, which is frustrating because you just want it to be the way it used to be. And if you can accept that it's not going to be the way it used to be, then that's a big help. The other big factor I would say from my experience is that remain positive. Be open to options. You can do what you want to do. Doesn't it come down to that? Where there's the will, there's the way. It sounds almost trite, but it is true. You can be kind of just like feeling like, woe is me with anything, and I can't do anything anymore, but you really kind of just have to like wallow in that maybe for a day or two or three, but then get up. Get up and do something, ask questions. It's going to be trial and error. Remain optimistic. Attitude is everything, and there is definitely life after loss of vision. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you may contact us at our website, or our phone number is 888-211-6933, or email is info@nelowvision.com. Thank you.